This time last year, I bought this old Landrover Discovery to convert and travel in. Since then, it's taken me all around the country, exploring some gorgeous places. This year, I decided to drive this 20-year-old Land Rover to the Arctic Circle and back. Joined by Jake, we overlanded around northern Lapland for under 2 months. This is our story, driving to the Arctic Circle. Two months ago, we set off on a journey of a lifetime. The next 8.5 weeks would be overlanding around the Arctic Circle and taking Percy on European soil for the first time. It all began in the south of England, driving on an early summer's morning to Dover, where we would catch our ferry to mainland Europe. Feeling nervous about the adventure ahead, whether we had everything we needed, potential breakdowns, ultimately the unknown. But that's what makes an adventure, right? For the next 12 days, we would be driving to Lapland, Sweden, where we would be taking on a very cool adventure. For now, it was the case of getting to the Arctic Circle, where we would cover 5 different countries and over 2,000 miles. This would be our home for the next 2 months living on the road. What a truly exciting thought, but also filled with plenty of hardships. It definitely felt strange and a little overwhelming to be in Canada 8 days before this point. I still hadn't digested one grand trip before heading into another. I knew this slow pace of life and the road miles would give me time to reflect and think.
We've now left the campsite in Germany and we're heading to Denmark.
Alright.
I honestly couldn't believe it. 12 months ago I bought this vehicle and now it was heading to the Arctic Circle. It was pretty crazy what we were about to take on and there was a lot of doubts in the back of my mind. But I was so excited to be testing this overland rig for the next 2 months.
Your rest on my shoulder, the stars convey the light, so fragile in the night, in this moment.
It is day 4 and we are going to be leaving Denmark and on to Sweden today, which is really exciting. We just stayed at this beautiful park up last night and we're off again. Pretty slow mornings, just enjoying it and taking it at a nice, easy pace, getting some wholesome food. Shorter drive today. We've got a beautiful park up lined up in Sweden and I cannot wait to get there. Really enjoying driving Percy and he's performing so nicely. Absolutely love the rooftop tent and the awning. It's just a really ace setup and I think this trip is really coming into play and I can really utilise it and make the most of it. We have now made it across the bridge into Sweden and it feels amazing. Nice weather for it as well.
Beautiful day. He said to us at the border control, you picked a good day because it is very sunny and usually it's raining, you said, so.
Yeah, it's the warmest day yet, I reckon. So we are now in Sweden and it is absolutely beautiful. We've just got to our first park up in staying in Sweden and it is insane. It is absolutely beautiful. And when I come into pine forests like this, I feel like I'm back home. This is definitely the best park up on the trip. There's a fire pit area over here. The facilities are crazy. There's a little toilet area. There's a bench for cooking and food prep. And then obviously the parking area where we've got the landy. Right, so we've set up, we're now eating something really light, just crackers, and Jake's getting midged out.
Done it, Mum.
Just seeing that there's black flies here, which is a little worrying, seeing as the mosquito net on the tent isn't the best for small midgies or black flies, and they're meant to be absolutely savage. When I was in Canada, I didn't get black fly, I just got mosquitoes, so this will be a whole new game. Good morning. I slept amazingly as always in the rooftop tent. Really, really enjoying spending so much time and sleeping in such a beautiful and ventilated area. I don't always get on well with sleeping indoors, just feels really claustrophobic and the air is really, I don't know, stuffy. So it's just amazing being able to sleep on the roof and it'd be that convenient of just popping it up in like 10 seconds and you've got your bed made. It feels amazing waking up first morning in Sweden. We luckily got somewhere that wasn't too far off the motorway, so we're gonna go back on the motorway and head further north today. So we will ultimately end up at the Farrell Classic, and that will probably be in my next video of doing I think it's a 70-mile trek through the wilderness up there, and it's going to be beautiful. The scenery is immense. I think it's actually shocked me how tiring and repetitive long distance driving can be. This is the longest road trip I've ever done, and driving can be really, really tiring, and so it's just finding things to keep your brain occupying, keep you on your toes. But me and Jake were saying yesterday how this is probably going to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip, driving up to Sweden and around Sweden and Scandinavia in general.
How lucky I felt to be embarking on such an epic trip in my dream truck with my best mate, heading to such a beautiful part of the world. It felt extremely surreal to be here.
Brekkie is served. We got eggy bread and some avocado, tomatoes, mushrooms, just using up everything. So we are all packed up now, as you can see. Just had breakfast, washed up, sorted everything out between us, and we're about to hit the road. We need to do a big shop today, so Jake is currently looking for a supermarket, somewhere that we can get some food and resupply, and then we're gonna head on more north. And we're off. Let's go. Right, so we are now at our park up second night in Sweden, and it's in a beautiful woodland, and it just feels so nice that you can set up your awning and your tent without being disturbed or bothered or told to move on. It's really nice that they're accepting of people actually getting outdoors and getting outside.
Blue dude, blue moon, kind of feeling with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard
I'm just brushing my teeth and the lightning is crazy, like crazy.
The rain continued. It was a pretty wild night, and we both watched from the roof tent, feeling extremely insignificant to nature's powerful display.
Good morning. That was some thunderstorm last night. That was so crazy. I've never ever seen anything like that before. It went on for an hour or more after I filmed, and we went into the tent and we sat up there and watched it. Today, in fact, we are moving on, so we're heading further north. So yeah, 5 hours more north than here, which obviously means more driving. I've really enjoyed just chilling and soaking in one area and exploring a little area instead of constantly driving. I think I definitely underestimated how tiring mentally and physically driving can be, and how repetitive and sometimes quite just mundane it can be. But then it seems like your mood sat in one area is like a roller coaster.
Ultimately, I think I was craving a slower pace, to explore all the stunning places en route and truly immerse myself in the Swedish wilderness.
We are at our park up for night 7, I think it is. I haven't been filming that thorough for the past few days, as it's pretty much been head down driving and getting some miles in to make it in time to get to the Fairhaven Classic that starts in, I think it's 3 days time from now. So we've made some good headway. We've probably got a whole day of driving left until we reach it, but we are at an absolutely beautiful park up that Jake found tonight. It's got a lovely beach, lake, little cook station. It is so beautiful here. day 9 and we woke up at this beautiful park up. It is extremely hot today. I think the sun rose at about 5. We woke up and there was just this huge beam of light coming through the roof tent, which was absolutely beautiful. Plan is we're going to move on today and go to this campsite just to resupply on water, get some showers, because we've showered once in the space that we've actually been on the road, which is pretty grotty. So I think what we've learnt from this is just pace and actually enjoying the moment and the country you're going through. But obviously, as you know, we've had to get to the Farrell Classic, which is the hiking event that we'll be doing in a few days' time. Obviously, I've only got back from Canada recently, had 8 days to get ready, sort the landy, pack, everything like that. And then we've just been driving here full on every day to get here. So I feel like I haven't had the time to actually process Canada and take it all in. So I reckon after the Classic, we're gonna really enjoy the country and take it a lot slower and just enjoy it instead of it being a bit of a rush, and enjoy setting up camp each night, enjoy lighting a fire, enjoy cooking food. It's just one more full day of driving and we will be our destination to start the hike. Right, so we've now made it to Kinback, where we are staying at a campsite for tonight. We found a pitch for tonight and it literally feels like you're wild camping. It's so out the way and we're surrounded by blueberries and lovely forest and moss. It's beautiful, it's so lovely. So we're going to set up camp in a minute, sort the back out because it is a bit carnage in here. As you can see, there's stuff everywhere. And I think it's hard to keep everything neat and tidy and organised when you're travelling constantly. So this is what we're going to enjoy when we have a bit of a slower pace, just to organise stuff and everything will be in its place. To be really lazy today and get food here. So we've got the salmon out the lake, reindeer, moose and some vegetables. Lovely. We just had a lovely meal of moose, reindeer and salmon that's out of the lake here, and it was insane. It was so nice, as well as some vegetables and things, and it was all cooked on these sort of stainless cast iron grates under this big wood burning cook room. It just looked really good.
The following morning we woke early to watch this insane sunrise over the lake. It was dead silent and the air felt so fresh. We sort of looked at each other at that moment, as if to say, we made it.
Good morning, it is day 10. Just chilling outside, got a coffee on. I've been doing my typical journaling and also collecting some berries with Jake. We've got bilberries, we've got blueberries and another type that I can't remember.
Soon after, we packed up everything, filled our water jerry and hit the road. This was our final push to Corunna, the most far north town in Sweden, aka the Arctic Circle.
After such a long drive through so many different countries, we have finally made it to Lapland, Sweden, which is an immense feeling. The trees have all changed, the scenery's changed, it's a lot colder, we've seen reindeer along the road, it's immense. And even the road is dead, there's literally no cars. Such a lovely feeling. Can't believe we made it. It's mad to think we started in Surrey, made our way down to Dover, got the ferry and went through France, Belgium, Netherlands, then through Germany and the big city of Hamburg, then up through Denmark before going over the 2 bridges to get into Sweden, and then a very, very long drive up to far north Sweden where we are now. And we will shortly be starting our next adventure in the next couple of days, the Farrell Classic Trek, which will be roughly 60 miles walking through the Swedish wilderness, and it's going to be so beautiful. 109k to Kiruna. What's been your favourite country so far? Even though we just scratched the surfaces on the ones coming through.
I think because we've had more of a chilled pace of life since entering and crossing over the bridge, it's got to be Sweden, man. I mean, it's been the end point of the trip that will be to come, and I must say that it's been beautiful. It's been great. Some of the places that we've stopped and never expected to have seen. Some of the places that we've stopped, even in campsites, have been beautiful. Last night's stop was probably one of the best nights, and yeah, I think Sweden's up there, man. Sweden's up there.
We have now got to our park up and it is chilly here, man. It is cold. We've pulled off the main road onto this sort of gravel track and it is really overgrown. It's lovely though, next to this lake. I'm going to stay here tonight. You're allowed to actually go off-road in Sweden and wild camp, which is really, really nice. And just leave no trace and treat it with respect. Camp is set, got dinner on, we're having steaks, new potatoes, corn on the cob, very lovely. Also got a fire going, but we're using that as a smudge fire instead of cooking on it because the veggies and the black fly are pretty brutal, so we're going to use that just for getting smoke around camp. After over 2,000 miles of driving and camping in a rooftop tent, we have made it to the Farrell Classic Sweden venue. We've picked up our meals, we've checked in, and we've just set up camp to dry everything out, do some washing, and pack our kit for tomorrow, where we'll be setting off to do a 60-mile trek through Swedish Lapland, and that will be on one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more videos of us overlanding in Sweden and doing some cool adventures. Thank you to all my patrons for making this possible. Take care and see you on the next one.
Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in what's to come, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, Girl Outdoors. Also, drop me a follow on Instagram. Thanks again and take care.